Welcome back to Folk Solo Sports Show. All right, let's get right into NFL Week 10 of 17. We had the Indianapolis Colts coming back off the loss against the Ravens, beating the Tennessee Titans 34 to 17. Both of those teams go to 6-3 now. Still looking like very good teams, both playoff contenders. So we'll see where the Colts not letting that Ravens loss hold them down, coming back, getting that win, and doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, and we got them now at 6-3. The Colts looking good still, but I can't say the same for the Tennessee Titans. Still, after they started off 5-0, they've only won one game since their 5-0 start after the Steelers beat them. They lost to the Steelers, they lost to the Bengals. They won last week in week 9, and then they just lost the third game. That Steelers, I told y'all, that Steelers loss really took a toll on the Titans. That really messed up their heads. But let's see if they can start pulling back now, since it's more than halfway through the season, and then they can pick back up and get to where they were starting the season. All right. We had the Browns winning a close game against the Houston Texans. Texans putting up a fight. They were looking like they can get back into this one after last week's win. I believe they won last week, but they lost this game. Browns holding on. Browns now same record as the Baltimore Ravens, both at 6-3, and yeah, tied for second place in the AFC North. All right. So Browns still looking like a good team, playoff contenders. We had the Lions beating the Washington football team. Washington football team falling to 2-7. Lions are 4-5. They still can have playoff hopes, and they can still come back and get in there somehow. Get the wild card. 4-5 isn't so bad for this season, with a lot of other teams being 2-7 and 1-8, and one team still hasn't won a game yet. We'll get into that. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming back off a terrible loss against the New Orleans Saints, 38-3. They get this win over the Panthers, 46-23. So they're the ones that put the beating on this week, and they 7-3 now, and the Panthers fall to 3-7. The Panthers are looking very bad. I'm pretty sure they were 3-3 at one point, and they have now lost 4 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They have now lost 4 games in a row, I'm pretty sure. Let's see this. I don't know what happened. They fell off a cliff. They were looking like one of the better NFC teams, but we'll see right here. Yes, the Panthers have now lost 4 games in a row after being. Wait. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Panthers have now lost 5 games in a row. So they were 3-2. They have lost 5 games in a row now, and it's just not looking good for the Panthers anymore. Hopefully they can get back into it, but I doubt that's going to happen at this point. Their playoff hopes is over. Sorry to all my Panthers fans. All right. We had the Giants going 27-17 in a win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Trying to take over that division there. That's how it's looking. The Giants are 3-7. The Eagles are still doing better than them, I guess you can say. 3-5-1. The even after this loss is crazy. They can still turn around the season and still get to the wild card, being 3-5-1. They're doing better than the Giants, and up. Congratulations to the Giants too. They won 3 games. I didn't think they would win 3 games. I didn't. Well, I definitely don't think they'll win after this. 3 is the most they were going to win, but I didn't even think they would win 3. But they won 3 games, so good to them. But you know how I still feel about the Eli Manning thing. I don't think they would be in this position if you give Eli Manning a better offensive line and he's still playing with all his contemporaries and Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, all those guys. He should still be playing just like they should. Eli shouldn't have had to retire, and I feel like Giants would be doing a lot better right now. But, you know, let me know what y'all think. Um, so yeah, we had the Giants beating the Eagles in an upset there, upsetting the Eagles' playoff hopes. They're trying to, it's crazy that division right there. Anybody can take it still. That's the crazy part. Anybody can take that division there. So what is going on here? This thing keeps freezing up on me. All right. Relax, relax. All right. Yeah, anybody can take the NFC East. The Eagles are still in the lead, like I said, at 3-5-1 over the Giants. Washington football team 2-7, Cowboys 2-7. It's just crazy that one of those teams are still can possibly go to the playoffs like that. It's crazy when you think about it. All right. So we had the Jaguars losing to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers now 7-2, one of my Super Bowl picks. Jaguars fall to 1-8, but I got the Jaguars beating my Steelers, giving them their first loss, making them go 9-1. Because if you look at the history, stick with me here. I know took a little long on the last game, but stick with me. If you didn't watch my last video, I think the Jaguars will beat the Steelers, giving them their first loss. Because if you look at the history, they're leading us by like 2 games. Jaguars versus Steelers since 1995. They beat us in the playoffs more. I'm pretty sure the last time they beat us was 2018. The last time we beat them was 2014. So we haven't beat them in 6 years. They beat us 2 years ago, twice in one season in the playoffs. And I just think they'll give the Steelers their first loss, even though they take this loss here to the Green Bay Packers. And they're 1-8 now. And the Green Bay Packers 7-2. So Packers looking good. Still look like a Super Bowl prediction of mine. The Cardinals beating the Bills after DeAndre Hopkins gets an amazing catch at the end. And I'll make another video about that. We got to stop all of this. Such a good quarterback pass and play. You cannot. I saw the Kyler Murray on more thumbnails for that play than DeAndre Hopkins. There's no reason that should be like that, okay? DeAndre Hopkins should be getting a lot more praise for that play than Kyler Murray should. Catching it against 3 defenders and not letting the ball go, not fumbling and getting the touchdown, okay? So I'll make another video about that though, about how the quarterback gets way too much praise, and that sometimes is overrated. I'm not saying overrated period, but sometimes quarterback is overrated, and in that case, it's definitely overrated for the quarterback. All right, but we had the Cardinals winning that game, going 6-3, making the Buffalo Bills fall to 7-3 instead of getting that 8-2 they were hoping for. 32-30. Came down to the last play of the game. All right, we got the Dolphins looking good. That boy Tua. I don't know how to say his last name yet, but I'll learn. But Tua is looking like a beast. he said in one of, I think it was after the game, he was saying how he thought it would be a lot harder. Um, he's won 3 games in a row now. Every game he started, he won. And the Miami Dolphins are 6-3. We just had the Miami Heat getting back to the finals after 6 years, and now we got the Miami Dolphins trying to get to the playoffs, man. This is a good year for Miami. What a good year for Miami it is, man. Beating the Chargers, making them go to 2-7. But I will say this about Tua. I saw Rob Parker and Chris Broussard saying something about he needs to relax on saying he didn't think it would be so easy. I like the confidence Tua is giving out. If he did mean it like that, like he thought it would be harder, but he's just better than the defenses that he's had to face. I do like him being confident in himself, but at the same time, he got to play, the better teams first. He got to beat some of the better teams first, and then he can really go there. But as to Tua, I don't feel like you have to take compliments away from yourself. He didn't come out and say he was the greatest or something. He just said he felt like it would be harder. And as a rookie, you gotta have confidence. You gotta have some confidence, because if you don't got no confidence, you're just gonna get wrecked and sacked all the time because you don't got no confidence throwing the ball, nothing. So I like him saying that, and he's leading the Dolphins right now, and they're playing very well. So he has every right to. Dolphins now 6-3. Chargers fall to 2-7. All right. We had the Raiders continuing their reign after their 2-0 start. Now they're looking like the good Raiders team that they were. They were 2-0, then lost 2 in a row. But every since then, they only lost 1 game and they won 4. So now they're 6-3, and given a 37-12 loss to the Broncos, who I thought were going to become a better team at some 2 weeks ago. They looked like they were getting better, but they're not, and they're 3-6 now, and they just keep letting games slip away from them every time they look like a playoff contender. All right, we had the Rams upsetting the Seahawks 23-16. Seahawks go to 6-3. Rams 6-3. Rams is holding it down for LA, man. I'll tell you that they're holding it down for LA, and looking really good, looking a lot better than the Chargers are. Please send the Chargers back to San Diego. I know I say it all the time, but I just can't help it. Please send the Chargers back to San Diego. Y'all not getting no love in Los Angeles, okay? Just send them back to San Diego, and I'm pretty sure the team will do a lot better. I feel like that has a lot to do with their success and their downfall. So, but the Rams are holding it down. They're looking better than they did in St. Louis, and I give LA props to that. Looking like the old LA Rams, all right? So we're doing it there. Yeah, doing pretty good. All right. Both teams 6-3, Seahawks 6-3, Rams 6-3. And then we got, of course, the one and only undefeated team in the NFL. First 9-0 start in NFL history. Last team that went 9-0 in the season won the Super Bowl, which were the New Orleans Saints against the Indianapolis Colts. Breeze versus Manning. The Steelers now 9-0, beating on the Bengals 36-10, telling them that it wasn't y'all day. Y'all are still, y'all still got a long way to go. Y'all not better than the Ravens, and now y'all are falling behind the Browns. So you don't come in this house thinking that y'all going to even give us a challenge. I like that about the Steelers. They're now 3-0 in the AFC North games. I'm liking that from the Steelers. And usually when we have success against the other teams in the AFC North, we get farther, it seems like, every time. So good win for the Steelers. The Bengals 2-6-1 can still turn that around, and you know try to win all of their games in a row, which would make them go 9-6-1 and can get to the playoffs like that if they can do that. Hopefully they'll pull through and they'll get it together. Joe Burrow not looking like a bad quarterback. He threw for 213 yards, had a touchdown, had no interceptions, and they still lost. So it's just not good enough. I think you got to throw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. All right, went 20 of 41, and that's that. Steelers 9-0, Bengals 2-6-1. Okay, we had the 49ers losing to the Saints. The Saints are not playing, man. One of my Super Bowl predictions. They looking very good. 7-2 now. 49ers won't be back in the Super Bowl this season. I can assure you that. Assure you of that. They're not going back to the Super Bowl. 4-6. Saints go to 7-2. Just keep on rolling after that Tampa Bay Buccaneers win. And I could see the Saints winning every single game for the rest of the season, going 14-2. Okay? Even with Jameis Winston in the game, I feel like now that he's not the starter and he got a star quarterback in front of him, those 30 interceptions aren't going to happen this time like it did when he used to play for the Buccaneers. Since he got Drew Brees in front of him, a Super Bowl quarterback, Hall of Famer, he's going to do a lot better now. And when he gets in the game, he will not, I repeat, he will not be throwing all those interceptions, okay? So the Saints won that against the 49ers. Then we had the Ravens. One loss, one win, and now another loss. Losing to the Patriots, letting the Patriots win their 4th game. Patriots now go 4-5. Cam Newton doing his thing, man. I gotta say, Cam Newton is doing his thing. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 249 yards. And I don't think everybody out here talking, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, everybody is saying how his play style is kind of getting figured out and he can't do that every game. No, I just feel like that Lamar Jackson is got so much pressure on him to try to learn how to throw the ball. It's literally messing up his game all the way around. You see, he wasn't throwing all these interceptions when he was just being himself. But now, since they're trying to tell him he can't win like that, he's got to try to change his playing style, okay? He doesn't have to change his play style. He got to do what he does and feel comfortable on the field and feel like he's having fun. That's what made him so good. That's what made him so good last year and the season before, because he was just being himself. But now he got in his mind, oh, they don't think I'm a good passer. Should I pass it this play or should I run? And then when he does run, because he thought about it so much, he's not feeling as athletic when he does it because he's still thinking, oh, I should have passed. So Lamar Jackson needs to just stick to his game. I feel like they need to just let him do what he does. And he's going to be a better passer all on his own, not because he's being told he needs to pass more. Okay? But the Ravens lose that to the Patriots. Patriots 4-5. Ravens 6-3. All right. And then last but not least, Monday Night Football. We had the Vikings giving the Chicago Bears. This is terrible. I don't know what's going on with the Bears right now. It's completely terrible. The Bears started off 4-0 or 5-0 and now are 5-5 and lost to the Vikings And at this point, I gotta, give Rob Parker his props because the Vikings started off, I think, 0-4 or 0-5, and they have won almost every game in a row now and turned the complete season around. Beat on the Packers, just beat the Bears, and they just keep on rolling, winning this game 19-3. And the Bears are just looking sad, and they want to blame it all on Nick Foles, but I can't do that. I just can't do that. Okay? It's not because Nick Foles is bad, okay? There's something more going on than just Nick Foles. Don't try to put all the blame on Nick Foles, all right? He didn't have a touchdown. He had one interception, 15 of 26, but still, like, there's something more than just Nick Foles going on. I don't know what. I'll have to look more into it. But the Vikings are on a roll, and I'll give Rob Parker his props. They are looking like a playoff team now that can get into the wild card, like he said. And the Bears season has just went from thumbs up all the way to thumbs down, two thumbs down. I think they're going to continue to lose now, and that 4-0 or 5-0 start, whatever they were, it's going to end up being a 5-11 season if the Bears keep on at this rate. This is Folk Solo Sports Show. I'll get back with y'all for more videos, man. Like, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about all of those topics, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace.